Long time no video. It has been a while, It's been longer than a while. It's been about 4 months? Yeah! But, okay, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Things I did this summer involved going to Alabama, going to Kentucky, and then Tennessee, going to my uncle's wedding in the Space Needle, rescuing this cat, who is now a strapping young man, and much more. But let's get to the more important things, the top 10 video games of all time, at least in my point of view.
Okay, honey, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite.
Mom, I don't like this!
Pajama Sam is scary, man. If you're a fucking baby.
This is a job for Pajama Sam!
Dear Humongous Entertainment, I don't give a shit that your games are for 5 to 8-year-olds.
You're never too old to learn something.
And if this furniture's taught me anything, you're never too old to
Party!
Pajama Sam is a super cool point-and-click adventure in which you explore the Land of Darkness, a dream world conjured up by the imagination of Sam, the main character. It deals with him conquering his fear of darkness through becoming the superhero he admires so much from his comic books. It's kind of on the kiddie side, but if you're wanting something that's incredibly inspired in terms of imagination and just grim art styles in general, give it a look, it's pretty cool.
Warning to any young ones watching this video game contains sexual themes.
Whoa, that's pretty dramatic. Oh, who's this guy? Oh, what's going on? What is happening? This? So, nerd, you just play Persona and you want to play a real Shin Megami Tensei game. Well, Persona 4 and 3 are good and all, and I really like them. But Shin Megami Tensei 4 is a game that earns its reputation. It doesn't hold your fucking hand for a single goddamn minute of the game. The first boss will fucking obliterate you, so don't even play it. Don't even try. Nah, I'm kidding. Play the game. Basically, this game came out exclusively on the Nintendo 3DS about 2 years ago. You play as this boy who becomes a samurai, whatever that is, and he learns more about the world he lives in as time goes on by fighting demons and angels and all kinds of crazy kooky shit. And basically, you can get multiple endings depending on your story choices, so be careful. I'm currently working on getting the final true ending myself, so I'm looking forward to how the story concludes, and maybe I'll not screw up this time with my choices, and you know, let's see. Anyway, it's available on Nintendo 3DS. It's a good game. It's an RPG though, so if you don't like waiting your turn, you're gonna have a bad time. But yeah, the story's great, good narrative, I really like it. Super cool. Go play it. Oh, and the guy from U2's in it. There's Bono. Hey, Bono, maybe you could get your fucking free album off my iPod. Thanks.
Alright, with this selection, we're gonna get a little bananas.
Joke of the year 2015. Please laugh. Ape Escape is a super cool platformer that's kind of like Metal Gear Solid in some ways. When I first rented this game from the ancient store known as Blockbuster, I thought it was a game that you would be the ape and you would be escaping. But truth be told, this version's way better. It's a lot of fun to sneak up on the apes and using all your cool nifty gadgets to trap them in whatever ways you can use with your brain.
So basically, this monkey named Spectre gets free.
But he kind of looks more like a Dragon Ball Z villain than a monkey, so in this game, you travel through time and space, and you get tons of cool gadgets as you progress through the story. You pretty much can capture the monkeys however you see fit. The strategy to use is yours, but the amount of gadgets they give you does make it pretty versatile. Of course, some of the objectives do require the use of a specific gadget, like you're seeing on screen here, but for the most part, it gave you a lot more freedom than most PlayStation 1 games tended to even think about giving you the freedom to do. The PS1 version's far better than the PSP version, so play that one. There's even a point in the PSP version where they didn't even use the new voice actors, I'll just show you what I mean.
Thanks for saving me. You've gotten stronger.
Thanks to your gadgets, Professor.
Okay, now listen to this one.
What about you?
A-okay. Got it. Hang in there, okay?
What the fuck? Don't get me wrong, I love Billy's voice, but it was fine the way it was. They didn't need to change it. Maybe I'm just bitter. Whatever, next game. Oh, okay. Crash Bandicoot wasn't exactly a game that reinvented the platformer genre, but goddamn if they weren't a bunch of fun. You'd catch me playing these games across the street in my neighbor's house back when I didn't have my own PlayStation because nothing would keep me from the sweet sensation of crushing boxes underneath my Bandicoot feet. I remember that there were times when people would be like, "Well, have you played Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64? I'd be like, "Bitch, no, I'm busy playing Crash Bandicoot, a far superior video game." Now, let it be known, I still love Mario, but if we're talking about terms of replayability, I think the Crash Bandicoot video games have a lot going for them. There were tons of different play styles, lots of different level aesthetics, and just so many gimmicks. Not that gimmicks is a negative term in this case. I still have it on my PSP today, just in case I feel like revisiting that goofy marsupial and his many friends. And you know what? It's pretty up there, but it doesn't compare to... Crash Bandicoot's great and all, but Spyro's better. Spyro the Dragon on my top 10 list. Wow, what a surprise. It's not like that was my first video subject matter or something, but I already talked about it plenty, so just go watch it on there. It's cringeworthy, but you know.
Scooby-Doo the video game is a very good entry in the Shin Megami Tensei series, and if you haven't played it by now, you're an idiot. Persona 4 is one of those games that you talk to about your friends a lot, and like, they're so sick of hearing about it from you because you just keep talking about how fucking amazing it is. And so by the time they actually seem interested enough to play it, they're just so overwhelmed with how much you've already told them, and they're just like, fuck, they got my expectations up so much, this isn't anything special. But you just keep telling them, keep going, it's gonna get to the good part. But they don't seem to realize it's already the good part, so you're sitting there mourning their doomed, bad-tasted video games and just play Persona 4 because if you already haven't had it spoiled by this point, holy shit, take advantage of that because now's your chance. Go play one of the coolest games ever. It's Scooby-Doo with dating.
Yeah, boy, you know what this is.
It's the Legend of fucking Zelda. If you don't know what it is, you are not a real person. You probably are a ghost. What are you doing watching a video on YouTube about video games? This was the first Zelda game I actually played to completion. I didn't finish video games that much as a kid, especially not Zelda ones, because with all those puzzles, you fucking think I'm Einstein. I could sit here and tell you about The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker as if you probably don't already know a bunch about it. In case you don't, basically this was probably one of the more stylistic Zeldas ever released at the time, and it also involved a lot of changes to the gameplay formula. Sure, the 3D interface was introduced when we had Ocarina of Time, but this version had probably the biggest open world that Nintendo had ever tackled in a video game, and I mean, there was just something magical about going on sea and stopping at some random island exploring for treasures. And those Triforce pieces sure were fun to look for. But speaking of the Triforce pieces, why are there two creepity spoops in Miss Mari's basement in her villa, huh? I'm on to you, you murdering wench.
Oh, Sora? Hey, Sora. Hey, Sora. Hey, Sora. Hey, Sora. Hey, Sora. Hey, Sora. Hey, Sora.
Let's get one thing out of the way. Yes, I know the idea of Kingdom Hearts as a subject matter is fucking ridiculous. I know that the idea of combining Final Fantasy and Disney characters is stupid at best, but all that aside, I mean, I can't lie, I really love Kingdom Hearts. I mean, even with all its convoluted plot devices. I don't know why all these spin-offs just have to keep happening until we get the third game. I mean, God, they just recently announced 2.8. Give us a game, come on. But anyway, years ago I saw Kingdom Hearts in a PlayStation magazine, and I remember being like, Disney, Final Fantasy, video game? What the it ended up being one of my favorite games. It's not perfect, but I love it for what it is. A big jumbled mess, and you know what? That's A-okay with me. So it makes it onto my number 3 spot. And yeah, a big part of it is probably nostalgia, but who gives a shit?
Say, fellas, did someone mention the door to darkness?
The cityscape of Japan. The hustle and bustle and all the gray people. Oh, what's this? This guy's got color. Oh, he's an anime. Way back in the distant year of 2008, I grabbed this game on release day with zero anticipation for it. I didn't know what to expect. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting it to become one of my favorite JRPGs ever created, let alone one of the best games ever on the Nintendo DS.
Honestly, I'm not gonna say too much about this one because I want to give away as little as possible.
Basically, all you gotta know is that these kids are stuck in a world where no one can really see them, and they've got these psychic powers, and there are memes. And those floating things, those tribal tattoos will kill you. Watch out. The combat's super frenzied and a lot of fun to play, honestly. This is the only Nintendo DS game where I actually enjoyed using the touchscreen as a means of combat. I'm looking at you, Phantom Hourglass. It's a game with a pretty original setup, a great written story, and lots of likable, memorable characters. I actually ended up liking pretty much every single character you encounter in this game, be they villain or otherwise. You end up playing 2 people at the same time, and although that sounds like it could be a little hectic and confusing, it is. But you start to get the hang of it after a while, so when things really start to pick up, you're gonna feel like a goddamn video game master. Go pick up The World Ends With You, the local grocery store today. Do it, because it's a lot of fun, and yeah, well, look at that. Nice. That guy's history. World Ends With You, Nintendo DS, available now. Also available on smartphones, but it's an inferior version. Just get the one for the DS. Do yourself a solid, Snake. Also, it's been 7 years. Where's my sequel? Final Fantasy IX. Take a bow. Have a seat. You're the winner. Good job. Speech. Oh, wait. No, not speech. There wasn't any voice acting in this game. Anyway, Final Fantasy IX was... well, it's my favorite game of all time, plain and simple. I can't really give you too many specific reasons why, but something that might help is that this was the first game I ever played that gave me a narrative and characters that I really, really cared about and thought about the world constantly, even after finishing the game. As a 9-year-old kid, I was easily impressed, though, in terms of video games, so this may just be a little bit of nostalgia blinding, but I honestly can't think of a time where I enjoyed playing a video game story more than Final Fantasy IX. Its world was just so unique, it had such memorable characters, hilariously written jokes that all had great punchlines, character interactions that are gonna live on in my memories for years to come. I really just love this game. The soundtrack's incredible as always for Final Fantasy, and, you know, I mean... it's, I wish I could say exactly why I think you should play this, but I think everybody who loves video games should play this game, especially if you can tolerate RPGs and their, you know, their turn-based battle system, but whatever. But anyway, Final Fantasy IX, favorite game of all time. That's it. That's all. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy the video. I just really, this game gets me emotional, man, and I'm just gonna cry a little bit, so if you'll excuse me, okay, bye. As a matter of fact, it was also my friend Devin's favorite Final Fantasy, which is why I dedicate this video to his memory. I miss him so much every day. I'm just kidding, he's not dead. So there you go, take it or leave it, my top 20 favorite games of all time. There were so many video games that almost made the cut, but we'll talk about them another time. If you missed the first video, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description down below. If you liked it, go ahead and give that video a like, or subscribe maybe even. Hey, who knows, I might make more videos like this. Of course, you know, I'm gonna try and be a bit more consistent with the quality and the timing, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and go play some video games. Okay, bye.
Expand Dong.